My people, Monaco see Ned Nwoko don buy new mansion for his sweet Morocco wife. Hey, some people they say last Regina Daniels na go lose oh. Say because na oil money na Regina Daniels run leave. My people, Ned Nwoko don still come out to come bring another update when I go still let una hear. This man balance really dey talk for channels television omo. I fear una fear Ned Nwoko. Make I leave una watch the video and then una watch to the end because we get other videos when he go still follow after Ned Nwoko. Make we see.
You married 4 wives. That's almost impossible. Isn't it?
That's another topic for
we need a lecture on how you can be able to achieve
that. Every man should do that. Every man should do that.
The Bible does not prescribe that.
Or the Old Testament does. Old Testament.
So you're a man of Old Testament.
Are you a man of faith?
To marry
I'm
more?
a man of faith. Yes.
You planning to marry more?
Well, look, that's not what we're here for. You know?
I'm just asking. By the way, what do you have for? I mean, how did you achieve that? That's incredible.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you have a wife. But you also have girlfriends. That's
no, I don't actually. I'm a Christian. One wife. That's what the Bible preaches. I will floor of the Senate. And you have argued with your colleagues the need for an Aniama state. And don't even begin the conversation around marginalization. Because that's the first thing. Because people will say, we have Southwest 6 states. South 6 states. Northeast 6 states. North Central 6 states. Northwest 7 states. But Southeast 5 states. Is that part of the agenda? To fix the Southeast that seems to be smaller in terms of the number of states or what?
Well, almost just over a year ago, I had a meeting with the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, where I discussed about the problems of Southeast, the insecurity in the Southeast. You know, what do we do to address it? And he knows the problems, and he also has an idea. The whole idea is that there should be some level of equity extended to the Igbos of Southeast by having an additional state. It wasn't going to be an easy task, you know, to create one, but it is doable, and I'm happy that we have come this far. The point is this: even at that time, it was understood that the problems of Southeast, the agitations of the youths of Southeast, the killings there, the referring to the ESN groups and ESN and IPOB and the rest of them. These are young people who have come up to say that they are fighting for freedom because they are marginalized. And one of the areas that they've all spoken about and against is the fact that they are the only zone. Southeast is the only zone in Nigeria that has 5 states. Why is that? Why was it done intentionally to undermine them? Of course, yes. And from engaging those youths, it became so obvious that if a step is taken in creating one state, just one state, to bring it apart with the 5 other zones, let's leave Northwest out of this now, at least bring it apart to the 4 other zones, then something would have been done for them. You know, yes, they are clamoring for different things, but I mean, not least, of course, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. They're asking for it. We know that is something that has to be done. You know, you will just
Nnamdi Kanu to be.
Oh yes, yeah. Of course.
Why do you think so?
Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody for some time now. I believe that he has been held unjustly. Many people feel that way.
As a lawyer, do you think so?
Oh yes. And
that the judicial process is unjust?
Yes. Yeah, no, it has been. There's a lot of delays in prosecuting him and all that. If you want to get him tried and convicted, get on with it. You know. But this is a guy who has been held unjustly aside, you know, for so many months.
And the Buhari government started it.
I'm not talking about this government. I'm talking about the previous government under Buhari.
When it's facing a judicial process right now.
Yes.
Saying is just because the argument is that there should be a political solution, maybe a null prosecution. Prosecution should be established on that for the case to be withdrawn. But there are those who say, well, there are allegations and it's left for the law for him to have his day in court, which is in process.
But as you know, there have been some pronouncements by the Federal High Court, which has not been respected, you know. So his incarceration is the main reason for the crisis in Southeast.
But the crisis started before he was even arrested.
No.
The killings, the burning of police station, the killing of police officers and all whatnot.
Well, look, the problem in Southeast is very different from what is in the Northeast or Northwest and all those areas. The problem in the Southeast has to do with the perceived injustice by governments, successive governments. So what needs to be done? And one of it's why I'm here today, talking about the creation of states to make up the number up to 5. And then you have the release of Nnamdi Kanu. By the time you do these two things, I am almost certain that peace will return to Southeast.
Let me ask you this question.
I have spoken to so many youths in Southeast, from Southeast, and they have assured me that once that they are prepared to be engaged by us, by the leadership. When this is done, they don't want to die. The youths don't want to die. They want to go back to schools. They want to go back to their jobs. All they want is some level of respect and acknowledgement by the nation, by the government of Nigeria.
I wonder, Senator, in all of this, what gives you the optimism that this is going to be successful?
I am an optimist generally, and there's really nothing that I've put my mind to that I've not achieved. I remember many years ago I told them I wanted to build a sports university. They said, "What? Why sports university?" And I said, "Look, there's need for a sports university." Many people didn't believe it would happen, but now we are in our 3rd year running. Many years ago, I said I wanted to go to Antarctica. People said, "Why do you want to go to Antarctica? Nobody goes there." And I did, just to prove a point. And then, of course, when I started to work on the Paris Club reforms, people said, "But it's not possible to take British government to court. It's not possible to take American government to court or the French." I said, "It is doable," and I did.
You have done so many impossible things.
Of course, yes.
Even personally, you have done many impossible things.
Tell me what it is.
You married 4 wives. That's almost impossible. Isn't it?
That's another
kettle of
another topic for
we need a lecture on how you can be able to achieve that.
Every man should do that. Every man should do that.
The Bible does not prescribe that.
Oh, the Old Testament does. Old Testament.
So you're a man of Old Testament.
I'm a man of faith. I'm a man of faith. Yes.
You're planning to marry more?
Well, look, that's not what you're here for.
I'm just asking. By the way, what do you have for? How did you achieve that? That's incredible.
Well, I'm sure you have a wife. But you also have girlfriends. That's
no,
different.
I don't actually.
Come on,
I'm a Christian. One wife. That's not the Bible preaching.
I will make some research. Do some research about you.
Please do. Find out. But in all of this, how do you manage it? Because it's incredibly difficult to even manage being with a partner. Not talk of 1, 2, 3, and 4. You don't have any regrets.
The example I gave is this. Just imagine telling you to stand on 1 foot, on 1 leg. You know how difficult it is. But to stand on 2, 3, 4 is much more balanced. That's just the example I gave.
Yeah.
You understand it? And so I feel sorry for those who have 1 wife because it's difficult to stand on 1 leg.
And you don't have any regrets?
No.
If you have your way, you still
I will
more.
do the same thing again and again. Of course, yes.
And you have a knack of marrying beautiful women.
Wow.
And young ones too.
This is the way it is. And that's the way it should be.
But you're not the ones that beat them.
You should marry who you want to marry.
You're not the one that beats them.
No, come on. I am not a violent person. I respect my wives. I love them. And I love my kids. No, not at all. Not at all.
All right. So the impossibility brought us there. That's not the topic. The impossibility brought us. There are those who say, legally speaking, procedurally, this is almost impossible.
No, it is not. What is impossible about it? I remember when I discussed it with the president, as I was saying before, he assured me before I left PDP to APC that he will support it as long as we at the National Assembly are able to do our work. And our work is almost done because by the time we get to the 3rd reading and then the referendum, the president will take it from there.
A referendum is an expensive task. It's like an election.
It is a plebiscite.
Yeah, it's a plebiscite.
And it will be done.
It will be conducted in Delta.
And the 5 states of
the Southeast.
Of course, yes.
And you think that will happen?
Of course it will happen. It's a process.
The National Assembly has to, the Houses of Assembly have to concur.
Yeah, of course. Those are the least of the problems. Because at the right time, Mr. President will call the governors and tell them to append this.
The reason why I recall your legal your expertise or training is the fact that in the last 27 years, the last person that is able to create a state is the military government. And you look at the section of the Constitution that states the creation of states, local government, boundary adjustment, and all of that, it makes it extremely difficult to be able to add to what we have in existence. And that's why a lot of lawyers, a lot of legal minds will tell you it's almost an impossibility
what
happen.
What the Constitution has done is to provide for steps to be taken, provide for things to be done, and you just follow them. For example, this president is very strategic, and he has done wonderful things. And I know he will still do many wonderful things. But the most important thing that he would have done for us, the Anyomas and the Igbos generally, is to give them that one state. Something that, as you said rightly, that no other civilian administration has done. So he will do it. He will do it because he understands what to do. You know,
and you had this discussion with the president.
Yes, and he loves the Igbos. He loves the Southeast. He knows that this has to be done to bring peace. He wants peace across Nigeria, and he knows that this is one thing that is needed to bring peace and justice to the Igbos.
Anthropologically, that those who argue otherwise, who will say anthropologically there's no link between Anioma and the Southeast. Anioma still reside anthropologically, culturally, and ideologically in the South.
I've just told you the South was just a recent creation. Before then, I just told you how they were described as Western Igbos, as Midwestern Igbos, as Bendel Igbos, and now Delta Igbos. So what do they call us Igbos? And as I told you, we all have Igbo names. We all have Igbo culture. We know. Look, I spent 5. Mine is Chinedu, but everybody call me Ned from Nedu.
Oh.
You know, there's no. Do you have any Igbo or any Anioma person in this country?
I'm very sure we do.
Ask them their Igbo name. They'll tell you their Igbo name. And was there any time of war of conquest by Igbos across the Niger that they came to conquer us and that compelled us to bear Igbo names? No. Our market days are 4 market days they want to have, and that's exactly what they have in Southeast. And the history is the same.
Let me quickly ask you this. When you say the Onitsha word for come is Bia, how does an Anoman person say?
Bia Beni or Bia neighbor. Look, when an Ndokoman speaks, I will understand. They also understand me. When an Nika person speaks, we understand each other. I just told you there are different dialects. London, for example, has different dialects. From east of London to west of London to south of London to they all have different dialects.
Senator,
they all speak English.
Senator, we're totally out of time. I'd like to get your final thought.
Anioma will be done as a state in Southeast, and that will bring peace to Southeast. Because some of my people are worried about the unrest in Southeast, and I'm assuring them that there will be peace in Southeast once Anioma State is created as the choice of the of the Igbos. Now, what has happened is that the National Assembly Committee has put together a committee to decide on which state to choose from. There are about 7 states from Southeast, and we are one of those states because we at the public hearing we also presented our case in Enugu. So I am sure. I'm almost certain,
totally out of time.
I'm almost certain that we will be chosen.
All right, Senator Chinedu, otherwise Senator Ned Nwoko. Thank you so much indeed for
Thank
that.
So the video of this lady has been circulating online, and in the video, this lady showed that she was at Ned Nwoko's house. She switched to the back camera, showing the pictures, their albums, their wedding pictures. Regina Daniels and Ned Nwoko wedding pictures, right? She was just showing us proof that she is currently in Ned's house. And she went ahead to say a lot of things about what's going on between Regina Daniels and her husband Ned Nwoko. She said that Regina Daniels is very, very comfortable, that this is her house, she's very, very comfortable. But when Regina Daniels started allowing other people to be uncomfortable, like the staffs and everything, then she stand to be corrected. That was the word she said. She said then she stand to be corrected. She went ahead to say Ned Nwoko said he did not lay his hand on her, that he did not touch her. That at that time, God, he was not around. I mean, it looks like the girl is Ned Nwoko's spokesman, because why is Ned Nwoko not talking about it himself? The last time I checked, Ned Nwoko came on interview few days ago. He could have addressed the issue, he could have said something, right? But then the spokesman decided to help him say his own side of the story. And I'm not even gonna lie, I'm not supporting anybody, because the last time I checked, I don't know them. I don't know what really transpired between these two people. And again, hey, they are married couple. These two people can come back anytime. Anyways, let me continue. So this girl was like, oh, Regina Daniels left her 2 sons in the house. I mean, currently they are even upstairs. That if Ned Nwoko don't love Regina Daniels, why would Ned Nwoko buy 5 houses for Regina Daniels? That Ned Nwoko take Regina Daniels as his sister, as his queen and everything. That if he doesn't love Regina Daniels, if he doesn't do the why she just said what she said to Regina Daniels, why will he buy 5 houses? That he even took Regina Daniels to all the countries she wished to go, that all the countries she wanted to go, that Ned Nwoko took her there. That she don't care about the backlash that will be coming from the video she's about to make.
and everything. And for a minute, I'm like, I'm sorry. But for a minute, I'm like, girl, are you sure you would not marry and replace Regina Daniel like this at this point? Because you don't know them. Okay, maybe you know them. The fact that you're in their house, maybe you know them. But then you may not really know what really transpired, because he's just confused that, okay, who is now saying the truth and who is lying? Is it Regina Daniels that is lying, or is it this lady that is lying? What's happening? We saw wounds, we saw videos. So what exactly is currently happening between these two people? You know, really concern me now. Waiting the lady they talk me, I say make I can't tell you now. To be very honest, I'm not even gonna lie, it's none of my business, because at the end of the day, these two people can come back and they will start shading us again, say waiting be our own business. So maybe we just shut up, because at this point I don't even know who is lying and who is even saying the truth. That's how funny it is. But then yeah, you guys should not forget, my pre-order has started since 2 days ago, and it's going to be ending this November 25th. Add me on Snap, Reggie's Backup, and if you want to join the pre-order group, I will add you to the pre-order group, or I'll send you the link to the pre-order group. Add me on Snap, Reggie's Backup or Reggie's Scoop 1. My Snap is on my bio, right? Just copy the name and add me on Snap, guys. Yeah.
So, Regina Daniels' family, you people are trying to tell me that Regina Daniels came back. She came back to you people because of what she was suffering in her home, allegedly. And you people have the mind to actually allow her spend a dime from her money. You people allowed her to spend a dime from her money when she should be pampered, when all of you should be emptying your account and making sure that she is comfortable and that you afford anything she wants. You people allowed her to spend her money. Because tell me why you people are proud, or we are proud. The sister came out to tell us that it was Regina Daniel that paid for the PJ private jet that you people went out with, that paid $10,000. He said that Regina Daniel is up to it. Is up to the task. Bro, is equal to the task rather. And this is what you can make mouth in her pain. You allowed her in her misery, in her trauma. She was still going through a lot. You still confirm that she has not healed. You people went out cruising. On whose money? On Regina Daniel's money. The same person who still bears the pain. Oh God, I beg. The same person who still bears everything. It is her body. The bruises, the scars, still the same person. And you people allowed her to still spend her money and still carry the people along in her pain. Bro, it's very obvious that definitely she's going to go back there, because I don't think, if I let me not say what I want to say, but you people are not doing more, you people are not doing well at all. You guys are not doing well, honestly. You guys should do better. She came home to be pampered, to be taken care of, to be shown that without this person, my people can take care of me. They can provide for me. She has done a lot. It's 6 years already. She has provided a lot. People should care for her, provide for her. In your littlest way, let her feel it. Ha, voila.
But you gotta be happy, no matter what.
Country people, oh, Ned Nwoko first wife, the time we busy they two married, social media never they come outside. She don't come outside, come break silent, oh. In happiness, she they rejoice, she they mock Ned Nwoko, say yes. Omo, Ned Nwoko don't take for this game of doing the things where they do to the wife. Now Regina Daniel, now expose her. She called the thank God, say thank God. The time we say she they talk, nobody believe her. You know, say Ned Nwoko, they always title them. You go talk, say they don't they take something, they take ice cream. When this her first wife, oh, fair happen. Wetin Ned Nwoko do? He collect the woman children, can't title her the name. She cry, go left, go center, nobody to help her, because that time social media never do the trend like now. But thank God she dey happy now, say she's settled.
Allegedly, Ned Nwoko's ex-wife or ex-girlfriend came out of the woodworks to talk about her own experience with Ned. Cutie Juice is trying to tell us that this lady also turned to substance abuse. I want to tell you something here based on my own experience with a friend of mine who also chose an elderly man. She also ended up in substance abuse as well. And I'll tell you why this happens. These young women marrying these older men because they are trying to follow the easy way out, now shortcut, now lead them to this decision to begin with. They do not like to do the work. They like to follow shortcuts. That was why they picked this kind of man to begin with, to level up their life. Now they get into the life of this man. Instead of them to follow the natural means of seeking professional help, they decide to turn to substance to help them numb their anxiety, their stress, their disgust, whatever they feel about the old man they picked. They choose to use substance abuse to numb whatever feeling they are having. The girls become addicted to this substance, that they now prefer the substance to the old man that they have married. And this is when they become disrespectful to the man. No man tolerates disrespect. And this is when the man starts going toe to toe with them, back and forth with these girls, because they are choosing the substance. Because the substance is like their heaven. No, I'm not going to come to see you. I won't do my substance abuse. And the girls now pick the substance, which is where they now go left with the man. The moral of the story here is that Ned is always attracted to girls who are like Regina Daniels and this other one that came out of the woodworks. These are the kinds of girls he is attracted to, and the karma is what he's going through. Ned is already going through his karma. I don't need to analyze him. He's an older man. I don't need to analyze him. He has years of wisdom to guide him. It is these girls now we need to talk to, because there is still hope for them. Why not do the work on yourself? Why not follow the right way? Why not avoid the shortcut that leads to destruction? You can analyze this matter from now till Jesus come. How many people do you know in your lifetime that becomes a billionaire? Do you think jokers become billionaires? Jokers become senators? No. 1% of the 1% become billionaire in their lifetime. 1% of the 1% become senators in their lifetime. 1% of the 1% becomes that successful in their lifetime. Allegedly.